morning. Dang, if my stomach wasn't so big, I could reach this microphone a little bit easier, but we'll do with it. At this time, we had a tribal elder of the Panther clan pass away, and we'd like to observe a second or two of quiet for him, his being as it travels on to the next life. So bear with me. Thank you. In our language, and I know there's a lot of languages in this room, and if you want to say a prayer in your language, that's fine. I will work with mine. In our language, our name for the Creator is Akinangnoji. So, Akinangnoji, himnikte punchulitis shnabshungia. Tatkaliare, Trakia, Wanton Tatkik to reach him there. Mak punchulitis shnabshungia. Hi, Asi. At Zungut Yali, we had some mug. Zatiskin, and Muwatiskin, Yolitawa, Shinabish. So, you had the Zunga Hapunga Lazum de Magyolinsa, Zatiskin, Julizian, Yatanaki, Shinabishungia. Creator, thank you for all the gifts you have given us. And we ask for your blessing as we go through today in the footsteps of your teaching. Well, thank you, Shinabish.
We will now have the posting of the colors by the Veterans Group of the Seminole Tribe of Florida, Hollywood, Florida. Carrying the U.S. flag will be Curtis Motlow from the U.S. Navy, Seminole Tribe member. The Seminole flag by Sally Joss of the U.S. Navy, Seminole Tribe member. And the Florida state flag will be carried by Pat Dunn, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam veteran. Okay, well, thank you for the posting of the colors. We'll now begin with our first speaker. Our first speaker is Mr. Joe Frank. I've known Joe for many, many years. He's a great speaker and just a really great guy. And he is a member of the Seminole Tribe of Florida, and he resides on the Big Cypress Reservation. Joe earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Forest Management from Stephen F. Austin State University. Joe retired from BIA Forestry in 2010 after 30 years of service, working in Washington, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Florida. He is starting his 5th consecutive term as the Big Cypress representative on the Board of Directors of the Seminole Tribe of Florida, Incorporated. Joe also serves on the Intertribal Agricultural Council's Board of Directors as the Eastern Regional Representative. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Joe Frank.
The reason he said I'm a great speaker is because I keep it short and sweet. Anytime the tribal groups get together, they put me at the end so that I can keep my speech short and get us back on schedule. So with my brief comments, we're going to give Dr. Frost all the time he needs in the morning to get his speech out to us. First off, let me say welcome to Seminole country. It's always good to have, intertribal groups come in. It's fun, just visiting with people. And as Stacy said, I spent 30 years working in forestry across the country. So there's a lot of y'all that I've met over the years, and a lot of y'all younger folks came down, I think in the last 25 years that we had the prescribed burn classes, I guess formally and informally, down here in South Florida during the winter. So, I look forward to catching up with everybody's visit. Our chairman and our president were both taking care of duties. As I mentioned earlier, we had a tribal elder that passed away, and there's a lot of things that we have to do as his being goes forward. Hopefully, before the conference is out, they'll be able to join us. I know things will be done tomorrow morning to make sure that, everything is clean for y'all's visit out on Big Cypress, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see y'all there. Our people down here still has, a lot of practices they follow, the cultural thing. And, I know a few of y'all had signed up for some workshops yesterday that we couldn't do, but, in our culture, there's certain things that can't be done for 4 days. Hopefully, as we go on field trips and stuff, you'll be able to see some of that and get caught up on what wasn't made available yesterday. As most of y'all came through here, you're walking through a maze here, and we are in the process of building out this facility. I hope y'all get a chance to take a good close look at that guitar-shaped hotel coming up. It's a large enterprise. Our tribe is very proud of being first to build a building like that, and we're on a tight deadline. They want to open everything up, I think, by October 24th and get everything worked out, because they're going to be hosting this year's upcoming Super Bowl, and this facility is going to be the host hotel, as well as them playing in the Hard Rock Arena, or Hard Rock Stadium, where the dolphins and hurricanes currently play now. The theme of this conference was 500 years of change, and that's about how long a lot of our people, a lot of our ancestors, or I should say our people, the language I speak, have been in North Florida and moved down to South Florida. Some of our ancestors go back, at least 10,000 years here. And a lot of these will be discussed further in the presentations and stuff. And, a lot of focus on your field trip will be geared toward basically the last 50 or 60 years of our tribal existence as a Section 16, Section 17 reorganized tribe. We have a lot of challenges that were placed on our environment. Prior to 50, 60 years ago, there were only a few changes on our land that we adapted to, but today there's a lot of challenges. There's the overpopulation of South Florida, the increasing demands for all of our resources, all of this accelerated climate change that's occurring. It's causing a lot of problems here in South Florida, and as you go through the field trips, I know the staff of the tribe will be happy to share what they know of it, so don't be afraid to ask questions out there. I think as a tribe, we organized back in 1957, and during the course of this visit, you'll hear references to First Seminole War, Second Seminole War, all that, but there's only been one struggle, and it's been our struggle to survive. All these titles they put on there, first, second, third, that's just been our reaction to whatever changes there were in the federal policy. Our struggle as a tribe, people, is still ongoing today. We have, fortunately today, we can wage our battles in courtrooms and stuff instead of out in the field. So we're still fighting for a lot of issues that affect Indian country. I know some of the stuff that we undertook 40, 45 years ago has benefited a lot of tribes across the country. Of course, we stole some ideas, we took some ideas from the Spokane tribe. They launched out along with some other tribes in Washington on the tax-free issue. Well, we brought it home here, and we had a lot of fights. We took it to the courts, and we won. And then also for gaming, which facilitates all this change you see around here. We had to fight that fight. But nationwide, we see a lot of tribes benefiting, and that's been a game changer for Indian country. As I say, there's other issues that are pressing on us, and we will continue to fight to preserve our sovereignty, and hopefully it will affect, all the other tribes. If one tribe steps forward, all tribes have moved forward. So, once again, just welcome to Florida. Please enjoy your visit. If you go on field trips, ask questions, ask a lot of questions. That's the easiest way to learn, and that's what we're here for, to share what we've gone through, to learn from we want to learn from your experiences too. So once again, thank you for being here, and I can't talk for more than this much, so thank you. Shanabish.
Thank you, Joe. Our next speaker is Vernon Stearns. Vernon is the fuels manager for the Spokane Tribe of Indians, where he is also a proud member of the tribe and longtime resident. His connection to the landscape began before his fire career when he worked for the family logging business. Previous positions with the tribe included fuels technician, assistant fire management officer, and fire management officer. Vernon began his position as ITC president in June 2018. With that, I'll turn it over to Vernon.
Thank you, Stacy, for the introduction, and thank you, Joe, for the welcome this morning. ITC friends and family, good morning and welcome to the 43rd Annual National Indian Timber Symposium, hosted by the Seminole Tribe here in Hollywood, Florida, at the fabulously evolving Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. My name is Vernon Stearns, Jr., current president of the Intertribal Timber Council. On behalf of the ITC Board of Directors, committees, and staff, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all here today. I hope your travels were pleasant and you arrived in good spirits, because it's going to be a busy week filled with an abundance of information exchange. I'd like to acknowledge the Symposium Committee and Seminole staff for putting together a fantastic agenda, allowing us to congregate and network so that we may advance natural resource management in Indian country and beyond. A variety of speakers have been lined up to provide opportunities to learn more about fire, water, workforce, funding, and collaborating, all essential components to caring for the land. We'll get the chance to take in the beauty of the area, including some dynamic Florida weather, during Wednesday's tour of the Big Cypress Reservation, and hear about the challenges and successes they face in managing their resources that benefit their people and economies. For ITC member tribes and delegates, please remember to attend the general membership meeting Wednesday evening to have your voice heard while providing your guidance on the future of ITC. And Thursday, we kick off with updates from the usual cast of characters, leading us into the afternoon workshops, where you'll have the opportunity to participate in formulating paths forward to advance indigenous fire use, 638 contracting, and funding opportunities for tribes. After the workshops, we'll begin to wrap up with the annual business meeting to select a group of board members, reorganize the executive board, and select the site for the 2023 symposium. If you are interested in serving for the ITC board or hosting the 2023 symposium, please be sure to attend the business meeting and have a member tribe get you nominated for consideration. It is always a great experience to gather at the annual Timber Symposium and quarterly board meetings to learn more about the places and people carrying on the tradition of living with the lands that continue to provide for all of us. There are plenty of opportunities to engage this week, so please keep an eye on your agenda and plan to make it a week to become informed and remembered. Last but not least, in support of our future, I'd like to ask you all to open your wallets and purchase raffle tickets. Raffle ticket sales directly benefits the Truman Picard Scholarship, which is a great way to support the next generation of forestry and fire staff. And as mentioned, we're approaching that 1 million mark, so let's shoot for that this week. The long-term stewardship of our lands depends on our future workforce, and that future advances with your contributions to the raffle. And as we go about today and the rest of the week here in this room, just want to mention there are 2 microphones available near the center of the room should you have questions. Prior to speaking, just be sure to state your name and organization you represent. So thank you, and again, I'd like to express a warm welcome to each and every one of you.